Okay, so I want to make this video before I don't make it because I said I was going to do it yesterday and the day before, and I just keep not doing it because I'm lazy. But I feel like I need to say how my week went before it all goes out of my head. So this week, between the 11th and the 13th, was my first excursion out of Lyon. Me and my friend Lauren went to Geneva, Switzerland. We kind of debated a bunch of different places we wanted to go, and there's a bunch of other places we still want to go, but for the first excursion, Geneva was cheap, it was close, and it was easy to get to. There's buses right out of the bus station that I ride into town, and it goes straight to Geneva, and our bus tickets were only like $15. Later, once we got to Geneva, the bus to getting to where our Airbnb was a little bit more expensive. There were some unforeseen expenses, but overall it was not bad for going to a whole completely different country. So now I can knock Switzerland off my list. And I don't want to talk trash on Geneva, but it was beautiful. It was very cool to be in Switzerland, but we definitely had some hiccups, and the first day when we went to Geneva was not the best day out of the 2 days we really spent out and about. But so first we took the bus into Geneva, got to Geneva. We had planned moderately kind of what we were gonna do, and we found an Airbnb that seemed really cool and the family looked nice, so we're like, this works. And the Airbnb was only like 20 something minutes, 30 minutes away from Geneva, but it was the Airbnb was technically in France because Geneva is just a little scoop into France. It's very close, and everyone speaks French there still, and Italian and German because it's kind of surrounded. But so we get to Geneva, we get off the bus, and we're like, okay, we're here. And Lauren had marked some landmarks that she said we should go see, and what we had seen online of what we should check out. And we didn't really know where we were, how anything was going to be, and we also didn't realize that our phones would not work when we got into a different country because our phone plans cover France. Our SIM cards work in France, but not in Switzerland, so we could only use our phones when we found Wi-Fi. So there was a lot of stopping into cafes and getting a water bottle so we could ask for the Wi-Fi password, and just so we could figure out where we needed to be. We ended up lucking out because the bus dropped us off right near a landmark called the Jet d'eau, which just means a giant jet of water. And if you look on my Instagram, you can see it, and it's really cool. It's just this big, it looks like a natural geyser, but it's man-made, and it just shoots out of the Lake Geneva. So we're like, oh, there's the first thing on our list. And then we kind of walked further into where it seemed it was the older area, because a lot of it was city normal, very modern. And we found a chateau, and found a bunch of things right away where it was you should see this, you should see that, you should see that. And we were like, bing, bing, boom, we found them. So then we went to the Museum of Natural History because it was free, and we felt really dumb because when we got there, we were like, is it free? And we later realized the guy was like, yes, except it's $6 if you want to see this limited time ant exhibit. But we thought it was $6 for the whole thing. So later we realized that we paid $6 to see, well, 6 Swiss francs, to see a bunch of ants. We're like, great! We could have skipped that part. But then when we went to the next museum, we went to an art museum, and we're like, we're not going to pay for the other exhibit. There was one other exhibit that we had to pay for to see. So but the rest of the museum was beautiful. But as far as Geneva goes, I honestly, it's been 3 days, and I'm like, what do we do there? Because the next day, so we got to our Airbnb, and I'll talk a little bit more about that, but the people there suggested that if we had time or if we wanted to, we should go to Annecy, France, which is just as close to them, and they were like, it's beautiful. If you don't want to go back to Geneva, want to do something else, we were like, okay. And Annecy was the most beautiful place I've ever been in my entire life. Me and Lauren literally just were like walking around like idiots. We were just like, I cannot explain how beautiful it is. And I posted a million pictures and kept saying how beautiful it was, but like it doesn't even, the feeling that I had being there was like insane. It was so beautiful. And I like pictures. You can look at all the pictures, and we literally just, I've never enjoyed just looking around so much. I mean, in Geneva, I was like, okay, what are we gonna do? Like, let's go find something. Like, I felt the need to like be active and like be doing something or finding something. And in Annecy, I'm like, let's just sit here on this bench for like 3 years, and I'll be happy, because it was so gorgeous. And we took like a little boat ride, like a lake tour, which is gorgeous, and we found some really cool restaurants and had like lunch and dinner, and there's just like, it was just so cool. It was so beautiful. I want to go back and just, it was so beautiful. Our Airbnb people were the nicest people I've ever met. They were so helpful and went like above and beyond. It was a young couple, and they had 2 little boys who were like 3 and 4, and they were so cute. And they had 2 chickens and like a cat. And they, when we got there, they gave us like little appetizers. And where they lived was outside of Geneva, kind of in the countryside. And there was literally, it was a beautiful neighborhood up in the hills looking at the mountains. But there was no like restaurants or grocery stores or anything. When we got there, we're like, is there food? Like, we didn't want them to feed us, but thankfully, like, only on Tuesdays there's a food truck that had burgers, and they were really good. So we just had to walk like 15 minutes and find these burgers, but we like called them in and picked them up, and they were great. So I was like, that was perfect timing, and the family was so nice. So it gave us wine when we first got there. And then the next day when we kept having trouble, like, we didn't, in Lyon there's a metro station, and like, it's so easy to get around, and Geneva not so much. There's like buses and stuff, but we realized when we were trying to leave Switzerland to get to our Airbnb, we had no clue like what bus to take or where it was going to pick us up, and we like were having trouble contacting the Airbnb people because our phones didn't work in Switzerland. So like that took us like an hour of like freaking out, and we finally got on the right bus, got to the bus station. Like, so the woman picked us up from the bus, and her house was in walking distance, but she like picked us up and drove us back to the house. And then the next day when we went to Annecy, we didn't realize that the bus back to the bus station near our house, like the last one was at 7:30, and it was like 9, and we're like, okay, let's head back. And there also was no Ubers, and taxis were like 60 plus euros to get. Her house was literally 16 minutes away from where we were, so she's like, I'll just come pick you up. And we were just so thankful. And so we got them like chocolate, and they were so nice. So that experience was great. I highly recommend Airbnb. My first experience ever, that was a great experience. They were so nice, so helpful. Annecy was amazing. Everyone should go to Annecy. It's awesome. Yeah, but and then the next morning we got on a bus, went back to Geneva, like had a little bit of breakfast, and then got on our bus back to Lyon. And then I've been home for the last 2 days, and I yesterday met my teachers and registered finally for my classes. I got my class schedule, and there's like a bunch. I have like basically maybe 2 or 3 classes each day, but it's Monday through Friday. Some of my friends have Friday off because they just don't have classes that day. I think I only have 1 class on Friday, but I don't want to skip any of my classes. So I don't, as far as like planning future trips, I don't know. Maybe I'll just leave right after class if we decide to leave on a Friday. But all the classes seem like they're going to be really cool. And then I have some electives that I haven't been completely placed in, because I guess like we were given a choice of 3 of our like top choice out of all the electives they have, and then you get 2 out of those 3. So but like the ones I chose was like a fashion class about like the history of French fashion, and then one about like cinema, like the Lumiere cinema, like French film kind of class. And then there's a theater class, so it's basically like a improv acting, like just speaking on your feet and not really like being prepared kind of a class. So all of them sound fun. I'm looking forward to it. And the rest are more like oral comprehension and like writing comprehension and French and French history. But my class time each day is not going to be bad. I'll have plenty of time afterward to like chill. Like I'm definitely not going to be in class all day every day. It's just a little bit each day. So that'll be nice, and I'll have time to do homework and study. But yes, I am really excited. With a couple hiccups, my first excursion out of Lyon was great. I have no real complaints other than we walked a lot, my legs hurt. But I feel good, I feel happy, I'm ready to start school on Monday. And I will be posting a video after my first week of school and classes so I can let everyone know how they go. But I miss you guys, and that's that.